Well, hello everyone. Bridget and I are here. We had a topic of a video that was not a fan request. This was actually a Dr. Miller suggestion that she thought would be really helpful to our audience, and that was what your pantry says about your health and your diet. And so let's talk a little bit more about that. What spurred Dr. Miller to ask this, or to come up with this topic, was she thought last night we were cooking dinner and it's about 8 o'clock and we really didn't have anything ready. We'd eaten all of our leftovers on Monday night and yesterday was Tuesday night. And so we kind of found ourselves wondering what we were going to have for dinner. And that's when I said, well, I'll put some pasta together, and we have some peppers that we froze this year from the garden in the freezer, and I'll go get a tomato sauce from the pantry that we made from the garden and put some herbs in there, and we'll make a nice little pasta dish. And I did, and as she said that, she wondered, you know, what does the pantry say about a person? And I thought that was a good question, and she was really speaking to the fact that if you have a lot of items, or if your pantry is, someone's getting ready for a nap, but if your pantry is made up of predominantly items that are either ready to eat right then, or could be warmed up or mixed in a packet, or mixed together and warmed up for in 30 seconds to a minute and a half, you may not have the healthiest pantry. And it's not to say that your pantry has to look like the one behind us, with things like homegrown peppers, dehydrated okra, homegrown beans, homegrown black beans, homegrown corn flour, ground wheat flour from our garden, green beans from the garden, spicy peppers from the garden. It's not to say that your pantry has to look like that, because those are all things that you could obviously, you're going to count those. Bridget's great grandma Sandy likes to come over and help Bridget count those when she's in town. So, but you don't have to have things that are all from your farm or grown, because these are things you can always buy. You can buy them organically. You can buy them pretty inexpensively. But instead of a pantry, maybe a walk-in pantry or a walk-in pantry closet that's full of foods that end in O's that come in a bag that are crispy and fried. You get the idea. Oreos, Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos. Those type of foods are horrible for you, but they're normally filled in people's pantries. Or even microwave dish meals in the freezer, things like that that can be done healthfully. But normally, if you're just getting into this, they're not going to be that way. They're not going to be maybe, you all right? They're not going to be a homegrown or maybe a home-prepared way of doing that. And so what our recommendation would certainly be is to cut out the junk food. We get asked a lot, well, Gabriel, how do I do, how do I get started? What's the ways to get started? I recently posted a video about how I lost 100 pounds. And I did lose 100 pounds eating this way. And it started with cutting out the oil, cutting out the animal products, and also cutting out the junk food, cutting out the vegan junk food, cutting out all the junk food whatsoever that was in your home, and only having whole plant foods. You look at our pantry here. Whole plant foods. Beans, oat flour, corn flour, oats, rice, okra, corn, beans. This goes on and on and on. You can find these things. They all take a little bit of preparation, but a little bit of preparation is not a bad thing. These are foods that can all be made or prepared in around 30 minutes. Many times you can make meals that are large, and so you're not having to make a meal every single night, or just maybe once a day or once every couple of days. But these are things that are traditional staple crops, things that you've heard me say before, foods that people have eaten for thousands of years without being hooked up to machines on every pill, potion, prescription written under the sun. These are foods like rice, beans, potatoes, oats, corn, quinoa, foods that are going to fill you up without filling you out. They're healthful, whole plant foods. And so we just want to talk about the pantry today. Anything else, Bridget? If this is what you needed to hear, it doesn't have to be a pretty pantry and mason jars, right? It does not have to be that. Certainly, I know many, many people who get into this way of eating, and they take pride in their pantry, and you should if you so choose to. But it should be made up of whole plant foods, minimally processed whole plant foods, at least 95% of it. And if you're someone who's trying to lose weight and or regain your health, it should be 100% of it. 100% of it. Because here's the deal. When you have a bunch of those ready to go junk food meals or those chips or whatever that's in a bag that you can just pop open that's in your pantry, when it's 8:30, 9 o'clock, you got home from work or something, you're in a hurry and you're trying to lose weight, you're trying to get healthy, you're trying to eat a whole food plant-based diet, you're trying to eat a healthy vegan diet, you're trying to do this, trying to do that. But guess what? You open that pantry, it's 8:30, you got to wake up at 6. What are you going to go to? Every single time you're going to go to the prepared crap, junk. It's full of oil, sugar, salt, processed, fried, whatever. Not good for you. It's not going to help you lose weight. It's not going to help you regain your health. It's going to do the exact opposite. That's what those foods are designed to do, unfortunately. And so it was funny because Dr. Miller was saying also sometimes when we go back to Indiana, where a lot of our family is, we'll stop by people's houses and, we're there for a couple hours and kind of jump in the pantry, and Dr. Miller finds something that's vegan. And normally it's not super healthy. Maybe it's one of those chips that, that are fried or whatever, something that's not healthy, whole food plant-based. And maybe there was things that she could have helped prepare for in 20 to 30 minutes at that person's home, but just kind of gravitates towards those prepared vegan junk foods. And so it happens to us, right? We're not perfect. But in our home, we do every single thing that we can do to make sure that we are as perfect as possible when it comes to diet, because we're raising the little ones. We're trying to set them up to a path of health and success. And so we want to do the same for us in our diet. And that starts and ends in a stocked, healthy, whole food, plant-based pantry. We hope you guys found this video helpful. We'll see you in another video sometime soon. And remember to look out. We got some fun things coming. We got some different clothing things and designs that we've been working on. Bridget and I and Dr. Miller have been working on that we think you'll enjoy, that are all whole food, plant-based, vegan based, and should be pretty fun. All right, Bridget, you have anything else to say? I love you. You ready for nap time? All right. We'll see you guys in another video soon. Remember to like and subscribe to this video and share it with anyone you think would find it helpful.